peeps. So I'm gonna get right to it today and just say I'm going to talk about chemo brain because it is a real thing. It's not an excuse that I'm using. It's a legit real thing. Like my husband the other day, I can't even remember what I was talking about. And it's like I kind of know that I'm doing it, but I can't stop myself. We're having a conversation about quadding. We drove past like a qualification course because anybody who's born after, I don't know, I think it's 1985 or 86. Now you can't drive a quad unless you go through like a safety course. For us 80s babies, early 80s babies, 70s, 60s, we don't need any of that because we grew up just driving around on crap. But I was like, I said the whole thing about qualification. I was like, yeah, if you're born after 85, you're born. And I think I said it 3 times. He's like, yeah, honey, you can stop. Like, I know. And I didn't even know I was doing it. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you said that like 3 times in like 2 minutes. I was like, whoops, I didn't even know I did it. Like, I don't know. See, I don't even know if I flashed my book yet. Did I flash this already to show what I... Yep. I like have to cross things off that I'm talking about, and I write everything down that I'm gonna put in my videos. Otherwise, I'll just go on. I'll be telling a story, and I'll just go off. And then my husband would be like, "And your story was like, can we get back to the original topic?" I mean, some of that is just me, but lately it's like chemo brain and playing Monopoly with my husband. Like, I'm smart. I promise I'm smart. But when we get like doing like the mortgages and like adding things up, like I can do like the 150, 160 when I'm getting the money for the mortgage. When I'm like paying off the mortgage, and they start adding weird numbers. Then all of a sudden it's like 156 plus 177 plus 198, and you're like, I'm literally like, I can do this. I know I can do this, but my brain just goes blank. And I'm just like, I get panicked. And then I have to pull my calculator out and I feel like a moron. Sometimes it's like 143 and 156, and I seriously can't do that math in my head. Like, I'm like, say no. Like, just force your brain to do it, but I just get panicked, and I'm just like, and I'll just get frantic because, well, I mean, it's equal parts like chemo brain, and I get frustrated and like flustered, but it's also because I'm so mad that I have to mortgage something just to pay my husband because I know he's gonna win. I've played 10 games against this man, and I still haven't won. But that's a side note. But like, it's just things like that, and it's just, I went to town 3 times in twice in one day, and I think I forgot the milk both times. Finally, my husband just said, never mind, I'll get it tomorrow. I was like, I'm really sorry, honey, but it's just chemo brain. It's chemo brain. I can't do it. My brain just sometimes won't, so forgive me if any of y'all have like sent me messages sometimes and it takes me 3 days to message you back. It's literally honestly because it takes so much energy for me to compose that message in my brain some days to send it. Because it just seems like it takes so much energy to get it from here, like, into the message. It's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because some days the chemo brain is just bad and it literally takes energy to communicate. And so that's why I have started to like pick a day, and I'll just shoot like 5 of these videos on a good day when my brain is functioning highly, and I can get all these done. So I've always got something to post for you all because I love your support, and I love that you're watching. But yeah, I just thought I'd share like some funny stories and just to enlighten, like, chemo brain is a real thing. So if any of y'all have friends or family or somebody who's on the chemo train and they do something stupid and you hear them use the phrase chemo brain, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's a real thing. It's real. It's horrifying. It's hilarious at times, quite hilarious. And I'm going to start keeping track of the stories a little better so that I can share more of the funny side of it. Because they're there. My husband, I bet if I interviewed my husband, I should just do that on camera one day and I was interviewing him and be like, what's probably the dumbest thing I've done in the last year and a half that you could say, like, testify to the fact that, like, chemo brain is very real? Like, my wife is smart, but that could be a new segment. My wife is smart, but... Anyway, I just wanted to share that with my peeps, and yeah, there's always gonna be more coming, so stay tuned.